A police official in Sarasota County, Florida, is facing an investigation after a surveillance footage caught him treating one of the inmates like an animal. Now, the cop in question here is Andrew Halpin, and the person that he is treating like an animal is Randy Miller. Apparently, he was intoxicated at the time. Take a look. So he's throwing peanuts at the inmate, Randy Miller, and at some points the peanut falls to the ground, and then Randy Miller actually eats the peanuts off the ground as if he's some sort of animal or something.
So he's a homeless guy, right?
Yep.
So the cop is messing with him. He's hungry, right? And it looked like to me from that video that he purposely missed. I mean, first of all, you shouldn't be throwing it at his mouth anyway. Right, obviously. Second of all, he throws it on the floor because he knows this is going to happen. And he's getting some sort of sick, perverse pleasure out of this. And look, if a guy is doing this, how bad a shape is he in? And then you're going to, like...
take advantage of it.
Yeah, this is your amusement because the guy is either, like, mentally ill or starving, and then you're like, ha-ha, yeah, got you, you're mentally ill. Ha-ha, got you, you're starving. I don't know what the scenario here is. But I don't see how a decent human being thinks that that's fun. And then he kicks over one of the nuts with his boots, like, you know, basically, like you said, treating him like an animal.
But I think that this is a perfect example of how some authorities think of inmates, right? Or homeless people. They're just throwaways. They're not people. And so whenever people try to make the argument that our so-called justice system is supposed to rehabilitate people, it doesn't rehabilitate people. It turns them into hardened criminals.
And I want you to understand one other thing, because you couldn't hear the audio there, right, on that footage.
There was no audio.
Right. But according to reports, he was also giving the man dog commands.
Yes.
Like sit, roll over, those type of things. So it's not just throwing the nuts at him and kicking the nuts over to him and having him grovel on the ground, but it's also like literally saying words to the effect of him being a dog. Now, I don't know if he remembered that it was being recorded. Obviously, his assumption is this is the stuff we get to do and we're above the law and it's not going to have any consequences. I don't know how many times he's done similar things, right? But in this case, you know, they released the footage of what he did. Now he's in trouble. You think he'd have been in trouble if we didn't have footage?
Of course not. It's his word against the homeless guy's word. That's not even a question.
I mean, look, in the old days, I mean, I guess still for a lot of people in this country, when a cop takes the stand, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. This is very authoritative. I mean, their word counts so much more than the defendant's word. You really still buy that? Right. I mean, after all the stories about cop abuse, cop cover-ups, cop lies, they cover for each other nonstop. You still think, oh, no, when a cop gets on the stand, that is a very trustworthy guy. Or you think maybe they're going to cover their ass. You think that if there wasn't tape on that, that guy would have said, oh, yeah, no, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I treated him like a dog, and I made fun of him and made him roll around on the ground. Yeah, no, he would be like, nah, that homeless guy is crazy. I did no such thing.
So it's kind of incredible because the police authority in question here has been suspended and they are doing an internal investigation. And in this case where no one died, I feel like this one guy is facing more consequences than the police officials out there who have shot and killed unarmed people, which is kind of incredible when you think about it.
Yeah. Look, I'm glad the guy's got consequences. Obviously, since his superiors now see that the tape's in public, they're like, we're on it, we're going to get him, right? I guess to your point, Anna, it's when they do a shooting, they feel like all their asses are on the line. Like, there but for the grace of God go I, think a lot of the cops. So if somebody did a shooting, I'm going to stick up for them. I don't care what it is. Shooting's always right. Shooting's always right. It's perfectly fine. Whereas they look at that video and go, well, I might not be that much of a dick. That was pretty gratuitous.
Right, exactly.
Right. and that could make a difference. You steal from other cops, it's not like the thin blue line always is the case. It's only if you're treating powerless people that way. You steal from other cops, they will bust you right away. And they'll throw the book at you, right? But you're doing it to a homeless guy, you shoot somebody, oh, then they're on your side because that could have been them.